Good morning. How's it going? Hope you're all doing well. What am I doing? Being lazy again. I love being lazy in the mornings. And then it gets warm and it's too hot to do anything and I complain to myself. But it's been overcast. It's still under 30. So I think what I'm going to do is get my trimmer out. And I need to go over there and cut back some weeds and get them away from my plants. I've been putting it off, procrastinating. So I want to get on with that. And then I'm going to do the orchids. So let's get busy. So this is a waterfall. And this is the grass. This grass grows because there's a sprinkler back in there. You can hardly see it because of the bird of paradise has gone so crazy. But the sprinkler comes all the way out here and you can see how it goes around. So I want to cut all that back, and I'm going to cut some of this bird of paradise back. There's a tiny little wall in there. See it? But it's come on the outside of the wall, and the same over there somewhere. So just trim up a little bit. I don't think I said anything about this fence. I can't remember if I did. But there's a fence that goes down that ditch, which is basically the property line. I made it like a dog leg behind this tree so it don't touch the tree. The tree's right on the property line. But I planted some flimflower, 5 of them, slightly different, along the, all those are just green down there, there's no flowers yet. But this one here, it started producing flowers. They produce all kinds of different colors, usually red, white, blue, what am I talking about? Red, white, pink. This one's got orange on, which is unusual, but pretty, huh? So they're about 2 months old now. They came in pots about 2 months old, so looking good. There's a friend down the road. He grows everything fruit. Anything that produces a fruit, he'll grow. And his garden is full of plants producing fruit, which you think really smart idea. But what do I plant? Everything that produces green. I don't know if my emotional health is more important than my physical health, or the other way around with him. But the good thing is, I have a pickup, and I buy him, like I bought him some straw, and if he needs help, I'll help him. But he's never, he asked me once, but then canceled at the last minute to go get a washing machine. So, but they always, when they have spare fruit, they give it to us, and me, and Jan. And I help where I can. But I did buy him some straw. Remember I got the straw the other day from myself? 4 bales. So I got 7 in all, and I gave him 3 and I kept 4. Gave it to him for free, so you think, well, that's money. They're about 30 baht a bale, so that's 90 baht. You could say just short of $3. But when you think about $3, I think, why should he pay? Just give it to him as a gift, and he gives me fruit as a gift. So you know, that she'll call Jan and say, I got some jackfruit. She peels it, everything, you know, puts it in a little bucket for us, and I think that's what friends do, right? So it's awesome. But so my point is, he grows everything fruit and I grow everything green. So I'm surrounded by all these big ferns. This is a coconut tree here. And there's one over there. But look how the grass grows. You can see it grows because of the sprinkler system here. And there's a papaya tree there. Right there, papaya tree. And bird of paradise, elephant ear, and other plants here. But I want to get my trimmer in here today and clean up. There's some other plants down there that have been sitting there forever, but not going anywhere because the grass is stealing the sun. So, and I'm here talking on the phone and not getting busy, talking on my camera. So let's get busy. That's not bad. It's been sitting for over a year. A couple of pulls and it's running. Back again. I have a confession. I finished trimming and I thought I'm gonna pass out. So I went in the house and sat in the AC and drank some iced tea and ice water and iced coffee and anything I could get. I was just hot. Luckily I had a hat on, but then the sun went in like it did now. I took the hat off. I'm walking around the back of the garden, and what happened? Sun come out. Hot! Look who's come outside! What's Sugar doing? She never likes to look at the camera. I haven't wanted to show you Sugar because she wasn't doing very well, but now she's doing better, and she's actually comes out to see me. Huh? What do you think? She comes out and sees me now. The other day she was, the delivery guys parked at the front gate and she started barking and making a fuss. I was like, huh? And she came in the garden like, oh, and then she obviously smelled somebody had been in the garden. She jumped up and her hackles were up and she's like ready to attack somebody. I was like, hey. So I think she's back to normal. All her wounds are healed. Everything's healed up. It seems like she's just an elder lady now and doing well. So I just want to say one thing. I don't want to be controversial and I have to be careful what I say. Don't underestimate the power of oregano or black seed oil. That's all I'm going to say. If you're interested, do your own research. But I can tell you, Sugar, you know, they usually say if a dog gets bit bad by a monitor lizard, there's not much hope. Well, you just seen Sugar still here. And to tell you how bad the wound got, it went all the way to her bone. I could actually see her bone, right? And at the top, it was big enough to put my finger in, and at the bottom was like a pencil, like a funnel shape. Graphic, I'm sorry, but that's what it was like. And then she had another wound by her private parts that just went all festery. She's there's a guy, a UFC fighter called Ben Askren or something. Some of you might know who he is. I used to watch a little bit, a few people, but they all seem to have a bad attitude. But if they have a good attitude and they're a good fighter, I'll watch them. But anyway, he was wrestling with somebody, and it's apparently well known that if you wrestlers sweat and then other people come by and sweat in the same sweat and they get staph infections. And apparently he was in Vegas or Texas and got a staph infection, wound up in hospital, nearly died 2 or 3 times. They let him come home and then he went back into the hospital. So I'm not saying anything, but his symptoms and Sugar's symptoms were the same. And it even affects your breathing. You know, it gets into your lungs, and she had the same problem. But she had a breathing problem before. I don't know if it's what it was, but she always seemed to be panting even when it wasn't that hot. So there's some other herbs which I've been giving her, and it seems to be getting better. So it's not as fast, but it works well. So health-wise, she's back, but to help her breathing, I found also pumpkin seed oil is supposed to be good. I got some for myself too. Pumpkin seed is good for hair, eyes, and skin, and parasites. Apparently, I think I have to check on that one. But what I liked about it is for eyes. I was looking for something to help with eyes. You know, I'm going to be 69 this year. I don't have glasses, normal glasses like I can see in the garden. I can see for driving. I don't have a problem. Sometimes when I'm tired, my eyes are a bit funny. The only time I need glasses is when, for small things, you know, you typical elder person with magnifying glass. But I bought some reading glasses ×2, and I can read perfectly fine with them. And they're just, you know, ×2 reading glasses. So, but I always, you know, it's like I don't have anything wrong, but like I'll pick on something. I'll say like, okay, prostate, and I found some herbs, not saw palmetto, but that and many others in one sort of concoction, and I buy it and take it until it's gone. And okay, next one, liver detox. Next one, kidney detox. Next one, brain, whatever. That's just me. That's what I do. That's what I do with my spare money. I don't drink, I don't take drugs, but I buy herbs. The mad herbalist from the woods. Is that what I'll call this video, right? The herbalist from the woods. Okay. Okay guys, I'm gonna sign off. Today is Monday. It's a long weekend holiday here in Thailand. Tomorrow's Mother's Day, Queen's birthday, Mother's Day. So everybody will be celebrating Mother's Day tomorrow here. So stay healthy. That's an order. Stay happy. That's a bigger order. Buckets of blessings, rivers of peace, joy, and kindness. See you later, guys.